Troll. Gets a good amount of damage in, trying to burst him down little by little. Nyx doesn't land the pounce, but they still get the Purifying Flames, and Seb won't be able to turn and kill. Maybe, do they have another trap? They had it in a second, but the salve is there, and Nyx will walk off. Claiming first blood, Enchantress falls.
I think you get either like a Centaur or Troll and Snare. You don't want to get Wolf early on. It's still good for the damage, you know, when you're grouping around, but having extra slow or stun is much better. And Enchantress can also take creeps, so there's going to be a lot of those. You can mix them up.
Well, we're going to have a big fight mid. OG trying to look for that tier 1, but Xani saved up. Miposhka still at level 6, tries with the Fate's Edict to save up the DP. It looks like Xani's still going to get shredded by the Eclipse as they take down Seb in exchange. But the turn from HellRaisers with the Slog's arrival. Nyx pops the Shadow Dance, but he's been fissured up. Saxa doesn't have Echo Slam. He's walking into this fight, but they'll bring Nyx down thanks to mid 1, turning it into a bonus kill on Funnick. Roger and Miposhka, the two supports, have nothing left to do here apart from maybe burst down No Tail, but he's too tanky until the final Purifying Flames. Not going to have the help of Luna just yet. Sumail very content farming jungle. But you can see how desperate HellRaisers are to get momentum. They are bringing everyone down bottom lane apart from the Weaver, who can TP, and they're going to make a move on to Seb. Fortune's End with a swashbuckle forward. There isn't a Rolling Thunder this. Nyx is there with another pounce if he wants to leash up the Dragon Knight. Seb's very tanky though. 6-1 charges is still up and running. He's going to try and pop them and walk it off, but he's surrounded.
Team? Yeah, no one around, and they understand that he's dead, so they're just going to be playing other part of the map.
I'm interested though, Sumail going into the Dragonlance at this point after the Helm of the Dominator. Or they're pinging Seb. Funnick and Roger have set up for this. Xani's in there. There's a tornado flying out and slowing down the Death Prophet, so Seb...
100 movement speed.
Yeah, what are you doing? You can't move. You're being trapped up in a fissure now, being jumped by the entirety of OG. Miposhka has False Promise. Still waiting in the shadows here, holding that tree line as Funnick fake pumping Rolling Thunder. This time he'll go for it, but they blow him up. Oh my god, they don't even get the save. Oracle falls immediately after. Sumail's diving under tier 2 tower. OG, 5 heroes strong, into this dire area of the map. Well, okay, Nyx Shadowblade, the first thing he does is steal 2 bounty runes under the nose of OG.
Maybe they don't know. Like, maybe someone, I don't know, picked up Invis rune.
Poshka obliterated. We talked about it. HellRaisers have very squishy heroes, pre-BKB, or if you're the one that's being dived and you're behind, it just feels so lackluster, as Nyx does manage to grab a kill with Roger. When DP Slark, your 2 big cores, you throw Pango in there, hell. When they are on the back foot, and when they're being jumped by 3 heroes and there's no save nearby, like what is Xani doing here?
Dying? I don't know. Like, he's level 10 and he's pinging out the ward. That one should be devoured, but at what cost?
A really rough one. But yeah, when you're on the back foot as this HellRaisers line up, Roger's gonna get jumped. Chain stunned, dead, 6 feet under, Weaver. Hit by the bug spray. Seems almost impossible. Nyx is cutting waves mid. Miposhka, not too far away, is there to back up the Slark if need be. But your mid tier 2 is dead regardless. Luna there with a Centaur. Has an Enchantress Centaur as well. Wait, they caught Saxa. They do bring the Earthshaker down. No Tail tries to slow up Nyx. They've got the Remnant there, catching Slark, who goes for the TP. Seb might be able to get the Dragon Tail in time, and he does. Just as the Shadow Dance ends, they blow up the Slark, and that trade is just not worth it. They wanted the quick pick on Saxa and the bail away, but Slark wasn't able to make it. Oh, Nyx wasted Dark Pact. Saxa doesn't get the blink enchant quite good enough. And mid lane, Seb stunning at the DP. He is isolated and alone here, Dragon Knight. Gonna get sucked down by the Death Prophet. Seb burnt up by the Purifying Flames. Funnick looking to catch again, but HellRaisers really lacking in that catch department. Seb's even going to buy back here, and the Eclipse comes through. Slark in trouble, silenced up, but gets himself away with the ulti. False Promise onto the DP as that Xani Death Prophet Exorcism going, needs to get something off the back of this. Seb's buyback's going to hold the line and defend the tier 1 regardless, as OG 7 seconds for Earthshaker to respawn with the Blink Echo Slam, and HellRaisers yet another engagement where they get 1 kill, but they can't transition it into anything else.
And they understand that OG is much stronger right now. They need an extra set of items. So Slark and
oh, they find the Weaver top.
Oh, Weaver.
Doesn't have time lapse anymore. Already used it. Why Mithril Hammer instead of the Ogre Club?
Good question. I mean, if
I don't think I've ever seen that, Lacoste.
Gold investment? I don't know.
It's a bit odd. They do smoke up behind the slot now. Saxa looking for the line of the Fissure as Roshan grabbed by OG. Still considering the jump onto Xani, but they need to find Miposhka, and that's what 3-man first.
Silence.
Slam from Saxa. They've got a beautiful jump, and they're going to take down HR. Weaver does get out of danger as the Rolling Thunder catches out a couple of OG on the way through, and the buyback from Oracle forced out. As Funnick, he's got a TP, but it's cancelled. He doesn't get himself away, and Sumail just continually spamming out these lucent beams, going to find the Pangolier. Fissure misses, but mid one should be able to close the gap here and very easily find the Pangolier trapped in the trees. Funnick trying his best with the swashbuckle and that lifesteal from Vlad's.
Oh, disarm.
More time, but it's just delaying the inevitable death of the Pangolier.
The execution is just perfect. Void Spirit uses Astral Step, finds 3 heroes with Resonant Pulse, silences them. Saxa Blink Dagger was not interrupted, so he could freely jump in. Bottom lane, Slark in a bit of trouble.
And they've jumped the DP, choosing to go on the squishier target. Oracle still nowhere to be seen. Miposhka is towards the mid lane, so Death Prophet down for 40 seconds. They've caught the Slark as well. Oh, Nyx! Down you go. 2 big core kills in a row for OG and a tier 1 to boot. It is just dominoes toppling right now. HellRaisers doesn't feel like they've got a chance in hell this game. Net around HR. Seb hunting for Roger, but it might be him that becomes the prey now as Nyx, the Slark, Apex Predator, looking for the Dragon Knight, but the turnaround from OG is here. Xani, almost annihilated, gets the false promise up from Miposhka, and they swing into action. No tail shredded. Finally, HellRaisers get a fight that maybe could be worthy, but Sumail's Eclipse doing so much damage and allowing him to shift out with the Hurricane Pike. He's got himself the Aegis, don't forget. So OG group up around that and make sure that 3, no 4 heroes of HellRaisers are annihilated. Slark is the only one left standing.
Plus a Rolling Thunder. I'll gladly buy back. I'll take that one. And GG's call. They understand that Luna can just easily take tier 4 towers right now.
She absolutely can. Nothing to stop her whatsoever. Man, that is just a beautiful performance from OG. Bloodseeker. There's a silence. There's the gap closed with all that movement speed as well. Mid one, Bloodseeker. They are ready and waiting. Setting up a bit of a bait here. Funnick, Miposhka holding high ground, and Saxa will walk into them. Shaker, he's got boots up. Miposhka biding his time though. They're baiting with Funnick, who does have to swashbuckle away, but in comes the rest of the cavalry. HellRaisers focusing Sumail, but Funnick's about to fall. A couple more hits will do the trick, but Funnick, the final Lucent Beam and Click get him, but he's traded for Sumail. 1 for 1, but first blood drawn by No Tail. HellRaisers giving chase onto the Ench and Earthshaker, so holding on to that Fissure. But a 1 lane top, mid lane very even, and bottom lane Seb's getting everything he needs. They try and make a play onto No Tail. We've seen this one before. He does go for that early point in heal, just to sustain a little bit longer, but they will be able to bring down the Enchantress at long last. But again, this feels calculated from OG.
Your Rolling Thunder, look how low Funnick is. Mid also low, bottom lane, they're healthy.
They're TP
Bloodseeker, yep.
The thirst, the blood right is coming out, and Nyx can't stop. The clicks from mid one is going to chase for more. This is a double kill for OG for sure. Mid one and No Tail gathering them up. They're going to go for a third. Miposhka, the Troy lane is annihilated. HellRaisers didn't see that one coming, and Bounty Runes, it might just be a 4 for 0 here. One seems fine mid still. Treant and Oracle. They do make a play onto No Tail. He's got a couple of stick charges, but that Purifying Flames now up to level 2.
Possibly. He just bought a Sage's
mask.
If there's a second, where's the second one? I don't see it.
On his
the courier? Okay.
Oh, here we go. TP down bottom lane again. Seb is blown up as No Tail died by Xani. Mid one's rotation with a thirst here. Blood right. Oh, it connects with the final click.
Perfect.
Barely. I thought Xani would be out of there. Saxa's killed off Funnick top lane. Hey, have you seen what mid one's buying, by the way? Speaking of item builds.
Hey, it's a great item. Pangolier really hates to play against her boot. It stops the TP. The same goes for Void Spirit. Like all.
Oh, Sumail. They've found Sumail in the jungle. HellRaisers finally getting in there, stopping that Luna from farming away to Helm. And yeah, Bloodseeker, Rod of Atos, so the route against Pango, I guess also Void Spirit. Oh, this is nice. Fortune's End onto the Rolling Thunder. Not quite nice enough, though. They don't make the full connection. They've got the Spirit onto Saxa, but mid one's arrived. Focusing Funnick, the swashbuckle off. He dives into the trees, but they've got stuns and catch for days. And mid one now unstoppable. 6-0 on this Bloodseeker. He walks past him in the trees. Yeah, there's the ping. Sees the Oracle. Rod of Atos, Bloodright. Fortune's End will dispel off the route. But Miposhka's still just going to get slain here. Again, we see Nyx on this carry, playing opposite side of the map, not joining fights, feeling like he needs to farm to win, but he's being ruptured. Tower still hitting him. The root, the TP, and that is why Bloodseeker's bought him. While top lane, the Echo Slam. Saxa catches two with a Fisher. The chain stuns in the black hole. Catches the Void Spirit, so Xani's down, and Roger likely to be following as Funnick's Rolling Thunder does crash into Saxa to get them at least a kill in return, but it's a 2-for-1 with a core and a support for one support and Funnick. He needs a swashbuckle away from this. They've got themselves a Lucent Beam and a Stomp from the Centaur available, but they need that little bit of gap close, so they don't have it.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Blessings upon royal warrior.
Where are you going?
Overgrowth. Tries to buy Roger a bit of time. Even with that living armor, though. Mid one. Oh, does get disarmed up. Good. Bloodrise going to connect onto a couple of heroes here, but the Rolling Thunder and the chain stun from that Remnant. Roger still drops through the False Promise. The Void Spirit's trying to go into Yule Scepter, but still pretty distant from it. And Pango really doesn't have anything. Arcane's looking for Blade Mail, so no Vlad's there. Coming in for Funnick as they do make a jump towards No-Tail and the Roche Pit. Sumail's there, but the Eidolon's cleared up now. Xani gets a good astral catch onto mid one. It's the Rolling Thunder into the back lines. Looks like Earthshaker being focused. Saxa's Blink Echo still being held. HellRaisers expend a couple of ultis. And the chase is still on to Roger. OG just going to go straight back in the pit. They've got No-Tail. Cool. Nyx has killed off the Enchantress, but oh, Miposhka, quick Fortune's End. Get away from mid one. The Lucent Beam and the chase up the hill. Mid one's so speedy. Miposhka, he's got a couple of seconds until False Promise. He edicts up the Bloodseeker, stops him from attacking, but that Lucent Beam from Sumail, long-range artillery. As OG get a couple of kills, a courier falls in the midst of it all, and Saxa still waiting for that Blink Echo. Nyx is hunting for him. They black hole up Funnick. The Pangolier is down. Don't be mad.
Choice of the items. Like, he needs to be able to tank up, survive as much as he can. Xani. There's the Road of Atos.
And he's ruptured up as well. Fisher into Blink Echo. Saxa lines it up for the kill on Void Spirit. He's got the Resonant Pulse, so that makes him a little tankier than OG were expecting. So a couple of ultis there from OG, not netting them any kills. As Enchantress went a little bit deep for that one. No-Tail playing almost in the Dire base.
They're not on the same page. Feels like mid one didn't expect that Saxa's gonna blink in and use Echo Slam. But still, it doesn't matter that much. Funnick in a good spot, but doesn't have Rolling Thunder.
They're trying to focus down mid one. They break all the trees around him, and another great Fisher with the Eclipse. Sumail dominating now. Luna makes short work of that poor Void Spirit, and Roger will follow him into the grave. This is going to be a pretty simple tier 2. They've got Aegis still up.
Aghanim Scepter finished. He's just utility on this Bloodseeker. You don't need any kind of damage. Second Rupture plus Road of Atos. Like, Luna will be the one who's dealing damage and clearing out the buildings.
It's just so crisp. OG, very clean execution. Like, Xani there, he's in a decent position for a Void Spirit to maybe cut a wave or something. But OG catches a glimpse of him, and immediately they're just like this with Funnick. He gets ruptured up, he's going to get silenced by Bloodright, the dive is there, but they force the False Promise, so Funnick now will have to return to Fountain, and you still lose your tier 3, and Luna is still on the front lines with Blood Rage on, destroying your buildings. The structural annihilation of HellRaisers' base right now, 21 minutes in, OG with a substantial net worth lead. Looking for Roger, even deep inside his base there, tries to heal himself up, doesn't even get the overgrowth off. A backstab from Xani, focusing down the Earthshaker, but he's got chain stuns for days and still has that Blink Echo if need be. This is a big Blink Echo if he wants it. The Black Hole cancelled by that Rolling Thunder, but they've got the Yules up with the Rupture in onto Xani now. Where's Saxa? There he is. Hello, Saxa. How you doing, buddy? The Blink Echo destroys them. Oh, HellRaisers, this is it. You can't hold on, and GG's called. Roger taps out.
Sab got the perfect black hole in the end. 3-man, but Rolling Thunder just clept him. One of the shortest black holes in the histories besides your own one.